Breaking news! OutDaughtered star Adams Busby and Danielle Busby big daughter Blayke Busby pregnant. The internet moves fast, and nowhere is that more apparent than in the world of reality TV fandom. One moment, a family is sharing a sweet moment on social media. The next, a wildfire of speculation and rumors is raging across forums and comment sections. This brings us to the latest headline making the rounds: OutDaughtered star Adam and Danielle Busby's big daughter Blayke Busby pregnant. It's a shocking statement, a dramatic piece of news that seems almost too wild to be true. And, as is often the case in the digital age, that's because, upon closer inspection, it likely is. This isn't a story about a new baby in the Busby family. It's a story about how quickly misinformation can spread, how fans interpret the lives of public figures, and how a single, unverified piece of gossip can take on a life of its own. Before we dive into the specifics of this particular rumor, it's essential to understand the ecosystem in which it was born. The Busby family, particularly Adam and Danielle, have been in the public eye since 2016 when TLC premiered their reality show, OutDaughtered. The show chronicled their unique and chaotic life as parents to the only all-girl set of quintuplets in the United States: Ava, Olivia, Hazel, Riley, and Parker. Alongside their older sister, Blayke, the family quickly became a beloved fixture in the reality TV landscape. They invited cameras into their home, sharing the struggles of raising 6 children, from sleep deprivation and potty training to managing schoolwork and extracurriculars. After 10 seasons, the show concluded its run on TLC in July 2024. The family, however, didn't disappear. They pivoted to a more controlled form of content creation, launching their own YouTube channel and podcast called More Than Reality with Adam and Danielle. This transition is a common one for reality TV stars who want to maintain their connection with their fanbase while having more creative control over their narrative. On their podcast, they discuss everything from moving stress and their 20th wedding anniversary to father-daughter getaways and their ongoing journeys as parents of teenagers and preteens. This direct line to their fans has been a powerful tool for them, but it also keeps them in the public eye, leaving them vulnerable to the intense scrutiny that comes with it. The specific rumor about Blayke is a perfect example of this phenomenon. It fits a pattern of sensationalized, clickbait-style headlines that are unfortunately common in the world of tabloid journalism and gossip sites. The formula is simple: take a beloved child star, add a shocking, life-altering event like a pregnancy, and attach the name of a recognizable show like OutDaughtered. It's designed to generate shock, clicks, and shares, often without any basis in fact. To understand how such a rumor could gain traction, one has to consider the context of Blayke's recent milestones. In April 2026, Danielle took to Instagram to celebrate Blayke's 15th birthday. In a heartfelt post accompanied by a slideshow of 13 photos, Danielle reflected on the passage of time, writing, "Gosh, where has time gone? My little princess is officially 15 today." She spoke about the let her go phase of parenting, acknowledging the bittersweet reality of her daughter growing up and becoming more independent, even thinking about her learning to drive. This kind of sentimental post, while a normal part of any parent's life, serves as a potent reminder that Blayke is no longer the little girl fans first met on the show. She is a teenager, which for some fans makes speculation about her personal life, including relationships and pregnancy, an unfortunate next logical step. It's a jarring leap in logic, but it's one that some corners of the internet are all too willing to make. This isn't the first time a Busby family member has been the subject of false pregnancy rumors. In fact, Danielle herself has been forced to address similar speculation in the past. In late 2025, reports circulated that Danielle was pregnant with another baby. The rumors seemed to be fueled by a manipulated image shared online that appeared to show her holding a sonogram picture. Fans, many of whom have long hoped Adam and Danielle would expand their family, began to speculate excitedly. However, Danielle quickly and definitively shut down the gossip. In an Instagram story, she shared a screenshot of a family group chat discussing the clickbait, links, and made it abundantly clear that she could not be pregnant, stating, "I can't be preggo. Weirdos," because she had undergone a hysterectomy 7 years prior. She even went as far as to say that if she or Adam didn't post something personally, it was likely fake. This incident is a crucial piece of context. It demonstrates that the Busbys are no strangers to false pregnancy rumors and that they are willing to address them publicly when they become pervasive enough. It also shows a pattern of internet gossip that is disconnected from the family's reality. In that very same article where Danielle debunked the rumors about herself, she also provided the most crucial evidence against the rumors about Blayke. She stated that her friends do not believe in all these clickbait links. This points directly to the likely source of the Blayke rumor, a clickbait article. These are often generated by content farms that create sensational, misleading headlines to generate ad revenue, caring little for the truth. They might use a generic photo of Blayke, or even a photo of Danielle from years ago, and pair it with a wildly inaccurate headline. It's a cheap and unfortunately effective way to game the algorithm. The fact that the rumor is about Blayke and not Danielle is an important distinction. Because of her age, 15 at the time of this writing, any news of a pregnancy would be a far more serious and scandalous story than it would be for her mother. This makes it a more valuable piece of clickbait. It's a more shocking, more attention-grabbing headline, designed to be shared and discussed. It preys on the public's interest in the Busby family and the inherent drama of a teenage pregnancy story. However, it is entirely based on a foundation of sand. Let's consider the alternative. What is actually happening in the Busby household? Adam and Danielle are currently navigating the challenges of a blended family of teenagers and tweens. Their podcast, More Than Reality, has documented their lives post-reality TV. In episode 92, Adam described a harrowing trip with the Quints through a flood-affected area in West Texas, while Danielle and Blayke enjoyed some rare one-on-one time at home, packing for a family move. The family dynamic is one of growth, change, and navigating adolescence. The parents have spoken openly about raising teenagers, a phase that comes with new and different challenges than the diaper years. They are more likely to be dealing with school pressures, friendships, and the angst of growing up than with the reality of a teenage pregnancy. Adding a layer of scrutiny to the family is the persistent rumor mill surrounding Adam and Danielle's own marriage. For years, there has been speculation about a potential divorce between the couple. Fans have pointed to decreased joint appearances, subtle shifts in body language on the show, and what they perceive to be inconsistencies in storytelling as potential evidence of marital strain. These rumors are a prime example of how fans analyze and interpret every detail of a public figure's life, often constructing narratives that may not exist. Danielle and Adam have not publicly addressed these divorce rumors, likely viewing it as a private matter. The fact that these marriage rumors and the Blayke pregnancy rumors are circulating at the same time paints a picture of a family in crisis that simply does not match the reality they present in their own content. They share stories of family time, of their move, and of their anniversary, painting a picture of a busy, chaotic, but united family. Ultimately, the most compelling evidence to refute the Blayke pregnancy rumor is the sheer lack of any credible source. There is no announcement from the family, no official statement from Adam or Danielle, and no confirmation from any reputable news outlet. The rumors exist solely in the echo chambers of social media and on websites known for publishing sensationalized gossip. As Danielle herself said, it's clickbait, a manipulative attempt to trick readers into engaging with content that has no basis in reality. The best course of action for any fan is to rely on primary sources. The Busbys have a robust social media presence and their own podcast. If there were any major news from the family, they would announce it there themselves. Until then, the story of Blayke's pregnancy remains nothing more than a cruel and baseless internet rumor. The Blayke Busby pregnancy rumor serves as a fascinating case study in the modern media landscape. It illustrates how a single piece of misinformation can spread like wildfire, fueled by a combination of fan devotion, algorithmic amplification, and the inherent drama of reality television. To fully understand why such a rumor gained traction, we must examine the intricate ecosystem in which it thrives. This is not just about one family or one headline. It's about the way we consume media, the parasocial relationships we form with public figures, and the dangerous speed at which speculation can morph into perceived fact. To begin, we must understand the nature of parasocial relationships. This term, coined by psychologists Donald Horton and Richard Wall in 1956, describes the one-sided relationships that audiences develop with media personalities. Fans of OutDaughtered have watched Adam, Danielle, and their 6 daughters grow up over the course of a decade. They have been invited into the Busby home, witnessing the family's struggles and triumphs. They have seen the Quints take their first steps, start school, and develop their unique personalities. They have watched Blayke transition from a shy older sister to a confident teenager. This extended exposure creates a bond. Fans feel as though they know the Busbys personally, and they care deeply about their well-being. This parasocial relationship, however, comes with a dark side. When fans feel this level of connection, they can develop a sense of ownership over the family's narrative. They become invested in the storylines they have followed for years. The pregnancy rumor is a perfect example. Many fans have long speculated about whether Adam and Danielle would try for a boy and have felt a vicarious excitement at the idea of another Busby baby. The rumor about Blayke, while shocking, taps into this same desire for drama and new storylines. It's a narrative twist that fans can engage with, discuss, and dissect in online forums. Then, there is the algorithmic amplification factor. Social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok are designed to surface content that generates engagement. Sensationalist headlines like "OutDaughtered Star's daughter pregnant" are engineered for maximum clicks, shares, and comments. The algorithm sees this high engagement and boosts the content, exposing it to a wider audience. This creates a feedback loop. The more people click, share, and comment, the more the platform promotes the story, making it appear more legitimate simply by virtue of its visibility. Many users do not click through to read the full article. They simply react to the headline, which is often misleading or outright false. This phenomenon is at the heart of the modern misinformation crisis. Moreover, the post-reality TV landscape is a critical factor. When a show like OutDaughtered ends its run on a major network like TLC, it leaves a void. Fans are no longer receiving a weekly, curated dose of the family's life. The narrative is no longer being directed by producers and editors. This vacuum is quickly filled by speculation and rumor. In the absence of official content, fans turn to secondary sources, gossip sites, social media fan accounts, and other unofficial channels. These sources often have less rigorous fact-checking standards than a network like TLC, and they are more likely to publish sensationalist, unverified content. The Busbys themselves, with their own YouTube and podcast, have attempted to control this narrative. However, they cannot compete with the speed and reach of a viral clickbait headline. Interestingly, the Blayke pregnancy rumor also reflects a broader societal fascination with the Busby family's unique history. The story of the Quints has always been extraordinary. The Quints themselves were a rarity, and their journey has captured the public imagination. When a family story is so inherently dramatic, fans and media alike are primed to expect more drama. This is a common phenomenon in the reality TV world. Families like the Duggars or the Gossellans have been plagued by constant speculation about pregnancies, relationships, and personal struggles. The public has a hunger for more, and the media is all too willing to feed that hunger, even if the food they serve is made of lies. In the specific case of Blayke, there is also a gendered and age-based component to the rumor. Young women in the public eye are particularly vulnerable to this kind of speculation. Their bodies, relationships, and personal choices are constantly scrutinized. At just 15, Blayke is now entering an age where these invasive rumors become more common. It is a disturbing trend that many young female celebrities, influencers, and reality TV stars face. It stems from a societal obsession with young women's fertility and sexuality, a topic that should be off-limits, but is often exploited for clicks. The rumor reduces Blayke to a single, sensationalized story, ignoring her growth as a person, her education, and her myriad other interests. The reaction from the fans themselves is a mixed bag. Some are immediately skeptical. They recognize the source as untrustworthy or recall Danielle's previous statements about clickbait. They are the ones who might comment, "This is clearly fake," or "Don't believe everything you read." Others, however, take the bait. They express shock, concern, and even excitement. They ask for confirmation, share the headline with friends, and in doing so, help spread the rumor further. This split reaction speaks to the varying levels of media literacy among the general public. It also highlights the emotional investment fans have in the family. Their immediate emotional reaction bypasses their critical thinking. From a journalistic standpoint, this rumor is a textbook example of the dangers of unverified information. Reputable news outlets have a standard of verification. They require multiple sources, official statements, or corroborating evidence. Clickbait sites have no such standards. They are in the business of traffic, not truth. The Blayke pregnancy story is a fabrication, a work of fiction presented as fact. It damages the reputation of the subjects, causes unnecessary stress and invasion of privacy, and erodes trust in media as a whole. For the Busby family, dealing with these rumors must be exhausting. They are not just managing a family of 8, they are also managing their public personas. Adam and Danielle have made a career out of sharing their lives, but they are entitled to boundaries. When a rumor like this surfaces, they face a dilemma. Do they address it and give it more oxygen? Or do they ignore it and risk it growing into a real story? Danielle chose to address the false pregnancy rumor about herself, demonstrating that they are aware of what is being said and are willing to push back. It would not be surprising if they eventually addressed the Blayke rumor in a similar way, perhaps on their podcast. It is a delicate balance between protecting their children's privacy and managing the public narrative. Furthermore, the impact on Blayke herself cannot be overstated. She is a teenager navigating an already challenging period of life. Adding the weight of a false, highly personal public rumor to that mix is cruel. It is a violation of her privacy and a distraction from her real life. It forces her to be aware of how she is perceived in a way that most 15-year-olds never have to be. One can only hope that her parents are providing her with the support and guidance she needs to brush off this kind of nonsense and focus on the things that truly matter: her education, her family, and her own personal growth. This incident also raises questions about the ethics of being a content creator family. The Busbys have made a conscious choice to keep their family in the public eye, transitioning from TLC to their own platforms. This gives them more control, but it also maintains the interest that feeds rumors like these. It is a complicated, symbiotic relationship. They need fans to be interested in their lives to make a living, but that interest can easily curdle into invasive speculation. They are walking a tightrope, and the Blayke pregnancy rumor is a stark reminder of how easy it is to fall. The solution, as with many of these problems, lies partly with the audience. Media literacy is a vital skill that must be taught and practiced. Consumers of media must learn to question the source of a story. Is this a reputable news outlet? Does the headline match the content of the article? Is there an official statement from the person involved? Taking a moment to pause and think critically before clicking share can stop a rumor in its tracks. The onus is also on platforms like Facebook and Google to do more to demote clickbait and misinformation. While they have made some efforts, the sheer volume of content makes it a game of whack-a-mole. In conclusion, the rumor that Blayke Busby is pregnant is not just a false story. It is a symptom of a larger, deeply flawed media ecosystem. It is the result of parasocial relationships, algorithmic amplification, and the relentless appetite for sensational content. It shines a light on the challenges faced by families like the Busbys, who must navigate their private lives under the constant glare of public scrutiny. It is a cautionary tale about the dangers of believing everything you read, especially on the internet. The truth is, the Busby family is just living their lives, moving to a new house, raising teenagers, and trying to maintain their sanity in a household full of girls. There is no new baby, no scandal, and no dramatic crisis. There is just a normal, chaotic family trying to navigate life as best they can. The real story isn't one of shock and speculation. It's one of resilience, growth, and the everyday moments that make up a life.